And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, on this unexpected 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's kind of weird for me doing a live at this time, Phil. How about you? What are you doing?
Well, usually at the events, we do a lot of recording, so this is a virtual event.
It is a virtual event. It's a little bit weird.
It's the best I can do.
It is a challenging time. As much as traveling is, I mean, it's tough. It's rough on us, especially traveling all over the world as we are. We do miss it. I mean, you miss seeing your friends, your partners, your business partners, vapors, business owners, discussing products and seeing what's new and promoting your product. It's just difficult.
It is. It's difficult. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, it's weird knowing that this is going on right now. Knowing that we were supposed to be there and not being there.
Yeah.
Right? I'm echoing.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Not anymore.
You know, and not being there at this event. I think we've been at the last 2 or 3, and here we go, and we're not there. And you know, this was supposed to be.
Are you there?
Hello.
That was a little bit connection on
my internet. This was supposed to be a virtual expo, and I know they're having some issues with the virtual aspect of it because we were supposed to take over like the Innokin stream between 4 and 6 o'clock in the morning, which of course would be 4 and 6 o'clock in the afternoon there. But they're having some issues with the with the virtualness of this show. So here we are doing a little broadcasting today.
Yeah, it's definitely something new, something unique, and it's just something that we're gonna have to get adjusted. Not just us; it's just the entire planet, and it's just something that we have to deal with. Let me see if I can pop up the.
And it's not just this show; it's not just the IECIE show. You know, it's the big London shows, it's the big Germany show, it's the Italy show. You know, it's all these shows. That are either being done virtually or just being kind of put on hold until the world opens up again.
Yeah, the Greece show just announced that they're canceling this in September as well too. So, which I mean, looks, it makes sense, and we understand. You know, we have to make the adjustments for this thing to pass, but there's still a lot of smokers that need our help. There's still a lot of businesses that sell vapor products that help adults stay off cigarettes that need help. And
you know, not only are all these people out there that still need to be helped, but there's also all that, you know, that horrible negative news coming out of America and the vape events. I mean, that is one way we can combat it, right? We can show the good side of vapor. We can show the interest in vapor, you know, at these shows. And it, you know, like I said, it's one way to combat some of all this negative publicity, but we can't even do that.
And one of the things that I do enjoy, especially at some shows like the Hall of Vape, where we get the opportunity to either A, help people convert like we did with the smoker show last year in Stuttgart, Germany, which was a huge success, or B, get to meet people that might have tried an Innokin product or one of the platform series products, and they come up to you and they say, you know, I used the Zenith tank and I quit smoking. That is one of my favorite parts that I think that I missed from these entire shows being on hold for now.
Absolutely. And not only hearing that at the shows, but, you know, how many times do we see when we were just walking the streets in Greece, people using the product and not smoking. It's a great feeling, and it's a feeling that really haven't had in a while. You know, just kind of being stuck and not being able to go anywhere. The good news is I actually had to go to the American Airlines website and book a ticket. For the rally. The vapors. Go ahead. What?
For the rally, right?
Yeah, for the rally. And now, of course, you know, like my first time back on the American Airline website, you did all of the information, put everything that I needed to put in there, and click submit, and it came back and it said, click submit to book this ticket, and I clicked submit, and it came back and it said, click submit to book this ticket. There we go. Well, at least that hasn't changed. Right?
Yeah.
So onto the 1-800 number I went, but she took good care of me, and now I have the tickets.
Yeah, I've been surprised. I mean, I had literally 7 flights that I had to change, including, you know, my kids and all that. But surprisingly, things have been okay with customer service. And, you know, sometimes we live in our little world. We got to understand there are probably like, you know, hundreds of thousands of people calling every day because of this mess. And I have tickets in Greece, that I have a hotel in Spain that I had booked for the kids that I had to. I mean, it's just, God, I'm telling you, it's just so brutal. But anyway, it is what it is. It's the sign of the times, and we just have to do our best to make the adjustments and get through this, folks. That's all we have to do. Just be patient. If you think it's hard on us, imagine how hard it is for the kids. You know, I mean, my kids are going through huge depression right now with all this, you know, 6 months tied in, and with school getting ready to start, and their emotions are just all over the place. So we just have to be, you know, just united, and we'll get through it.
Yeah, I hear some of that here too, because, you know, Florida kids, they go back to school earlier in the state, and I was talking to the neighbor, and she was saying that her daughter, she said it's high school and it's her senior year, but it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
There's not as many people in the class. She said the cafeteria food isn't as good.
Yeah.
They're not going to have homecoming, you know, because of the crowd. So. Right. It is unfortunate what's going on, and I do hope that things get back to normal as soon as possible.
My daughter's last year in high school, and my other daughter's first year in high school. So it's supposed to be like a really big. It's the only year that they're going to be in the same school together,
right?
Because Maria graduates afterwards, so they were really looking forward to it. I mean, they've been planning it since last year, and Maria's like, anybody that's going to bother you, I'm going to beat them up, you know, stuff like that. So I mean, it's just you know, the excitement of them being just. They only have 1 year, and then this happens, so it's been devastating.
That's still going to happen, by the way. Maria will still.
She still will. She still will.
She'll be wearing a mask, but she will be beating somebody up. Yeah. For sure.
All right. So back to the show. Back to what we're here to talk about. This is the Shenzhen International Vape Expo. This is the website. And you can come in and look at the booth space. There's a little virtual expo button down here. You click it, and then you just do your little application here. It doesn't cost anything, and then you get your tickets to participate in the virtual expo. I am not sure if this is working or if it's not working. I'm just showing you the information of where you can go and participate if you want to.
Yeah, we don't believe that is working because that was where we were supposed to be. I guess Paul and the team from Innokin, they have been trying to work with that. They haven't had any luck, so that's why we're kind of here on YouTube supporting Innokin, supporting the show in this way.
Yes, and just a few pictures here from the event. These were just taken this morning. There's the Innokin booth, and you can see like versus what, you know, we were at this show last year. And I can tell you that it was just a huge show, the biggest one I think that we've ever been. And there were just, you know, thousands and thousands of people, and you can tell the difference just you know, just by just these a few pictures. If you go on the Instagram, on Innokin Technology Instagram, you'll see some of the pictures they have posted as well too. Here's a little video from the booth and the promotion of the Innokin Scepter. By the way, I saw a review the other day, and the guy called it through the entire video Scepter. The entire video.
Scepter. I heard Spectre. I heard it's been called Spectre. Yeah,
it's fine. It's not like I can say it any better because I'm Greek, but yeah. So you can see some videos there from Innokin Technology at Innokin Technology. It's on the bottom of our dual screen as well too. If you want to follow them on Instagram and get updates from the show as well too, because that's what it's all about. It's all about promotion of the products that Innokin makes. That's what this show is about.
That's what this show is about. As a matter of fact, we're going to be giving away some of those products.
We are going to be giving away
a nice one too, because I have the Innokin 𝗶𝗵𝗶 contest going on right now. That was from the Innokin Scepter review that I did. That's done. As a matter of fact, I just announced the winner in the video that is rendering behind me right now. So that video is going up as soon as I'm done with this. But that was the standard Scepter kit. Right.
Yeah.
What we're going to be giving away in this broadcast is kind of nice, and I kind of wanted to keep it for myself, but I'm going to give it away. Is the deluxe?
Yes.
The deluxe.
I'm sure we can get another one.
We probably can. I'm thinking we can. But you know what?
I'm going to give away mine too. I'm going to give away mine too.
Oh, you got one too?
What do you think? Just you're gonna get one? What are you, more popular than me or something? I mean, what are you? Are you surprised that I got one as well too?
No, you know what? I am surprised. I'm surprised we didn't get the red, white, and blue one.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that too. But maybe because I'm Greek and you're Italian, they haven't made those yet. All right, so we'll give a couple of these. Maybe we'll give away a couple of areas as well too. Maybe we'll give away a starter kit or something, all courtesy of Innokin. So don't thank us. We're just here to entertain you during these COVID times. Make sure you thank Innokin and Innokin Technology on Instagram and Facebook. They really appreciate when consumers show them some love. So that's what we're here to do. And just the other day we had some news from Vaping Post in France. France obviously is one of the biggest markets for me and Phil's products. The Fire Z50 was voted the best beginner kit of 2020. And very, very proud that the Innokin Aries 2 was named the second best RTA, only behind the King K-Fun. So, I'll take that. I'll take second place behind the K-Fun any day, Phil.
Dude, I will take second place behind the K-Fun. That makes me proud.
Yeah, it makes me really, really proud.
Matter of fact, I'd have felt a little bit bad. I'd have been texting some apologies if we came up.
Yeah.
K-Fun.
And the Innokin Zenith tank,
okay.
the Innokin Zenith tank, best MTL tank 3 years in a row in France as well too. Which is, the longevity of the products for vape stores is something that is way overlooked. I even had a few reviewers question if the Zenith was an MTL tank. I mean, the numbers don't lie on how many we've sold, but the longevity of it as well too. 3 years in a row in today's market where tanks are disposable, like the new tank comes out, you use it for a month and then you throw it and you buy something else, just goes to speak volumes on the products and how many people they've helped quit smoking. Even in Greece, now the Slide's kind of taken over, obviously, but even in Greece today, we still sell a lot of Zenith tanks. But between the Zenith and the Slide, you have really two good options for those that are looking to get away from the pod systems or just looking to get away from cigarettes in general. And the Fire Z50 kit is just a great kit to get started.
It is. It's a really good kit to get started. Easy to use, but it is adjustable. It does come with the Slide tank, and we're not done with the Slide and the Zenith. We've got some stuff going on with the Zenith, and we have something that we're going to talk about, but not specifically when it comes to the Aries 2, which we're really excited about.
Yes. But we can't say anything.
That's pretty much as we can say.
That's all we can say. All we can say is that there's something really, really exciting coming here. Hopefully in the next week it will be announced, and then of course me and Phil will be able to present it to you. But yeah, nonetheless, we'll show you a few products today, give you our takes on it as well too. I'm sitting over here vaping on some watermelon peach, believe it or not, in my pink Scepter. No, I'm just kidding. The Scepter in the pink.
That, by the way, is the number one best-selling flavor in the unsalted line. As a matter of fact, I think there's a huge watermelon peach booth at the China show right now.
Yes, that would be. Number one selling best in the unsalted line and cures Corona. That's a good tagline right there. You should use that.
Why not? Why not?
If you see some of the stuff I've seen on Facebook,
stranger things have been said about vaping causing things. So let's say that watermelon peach cures Corona. Why not?
Let me see if I can make this chat bigger. I can't read the letters. The screen is so far away from the YouTube chat that I had to make it bigger so I can read it. Okay, I can read it now. Again? I can read it now. We're good. Okay. We're good to go. Hey, okay. Mr. Breeze Tones, what's up, brother? Hello to everybody in the chat. We really appreciate you hanging out here this afternoon with us. Just a little promotion for our employers for Innokin and some of the wonderful products that they have coming out or have out already. And we hope you enjoy it. And of course, Phil, we're going to start off with the Scepter, right?
Would you like to do that? Yeah, I'm actually using it right now.
I would love for you to do that.
I went to what do you call it? I went to trivia night last night at a restaurant.
Did you?
Yeah, and then I might be going to bingo any day soon now. But I was using the Scepter.
Did you go with Larry?
No. I went with the neighborhood crew.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did you play trivia?
Yeah, I did play, but yeah, it was like a group trivia thing.
Oh, did you guys win?
Yeah, we won $20,000. No, we did not win. We came in like last place. No, we didn't come in last place. But it's like just for drinks.
Look, if you're saying that the neighborhood went with, I'm assuming that the average age was about 70, and it's hard to read those questions on the trivia at that age. I get it. I understand. Was it multiple choice or was it?
I was waiting for this. Luckily, they read the questions for you.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
I was able to answer the 2 computer questions, but the geography question, history questions, that's not me. That's just not me. So let's take a look at the scepter, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. So if I go like that, we should be seeing it right now. And this is again, this is going to be the deluxe kit of the scepter. So this is going to be the one that we are going to give away during this broadcast. Really nice presentation on this one. They kind of went all out with the scepter. They feel it is a good product. I feel it is a good product as well. Look at this. Look at this fanciness right here. Dear Vape friend, we are proud to introduce the Innokin Scepter. Look at this. Like, see, why isn't our card see-through and fancy like this?
Yeah. Well, we're getting a new picture, by the way. Did I tell you that?
We are?
Yes. We'll talk about it when we show the Aries. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So here inside, you were going to have the device, and you're going to have 2 pods. So I think this is going to come with 3 pods total. I think there's a pod in here as well, if I can get it out. So this looks like the standard scepter box that you would get if you were to order it online. There's the device. It's actually the same device that I'm using. It's the blue one. I see that one right there. I would say probably in the market today, especially with all of the pod systems that I've been looking at, probably the most stylish and nicest looking and well-built pod out there. Would you agree, Ding?
Absolutely. And I really love this color selection. I'm just going to put the slide while you're taking it out to show everybody the color selection. I really dig the pink. I know, we make fun of pink. Obviously, the blue is my matchy. I love blue. All my motorcycle stuff is blue as well, too. But the black and red as well, too. I think that having a product that is beautiful also helps smokers be attracted to it. I've seen this in Greece in my stores when you have something out there that people can attract themselves to, and not just adult males, but you need to cater to women as well too. Here's a picture from one of my displays in Greece, and I'll purposely do this to attract women smokers as well too. They need to have a good selection of products that are beautiful to them, and something they're going to see is like, okay, well, I can take this with me and use it and not feel bad about it as well too.
I agree. As a matter of fact, I showed the pink one to a few people the other day, and they were like, "Wow, that is really good looking." So in the standard box, you're going to get the device. You're going to get the spare coil. There's a spare coil. What are these coils? It's 0.6 and a 1.2. Am I right?
1.5, 0.5, and 1.2.
Okay, so the 0.5 is going to be the restricted direct lung, and then the 1.2 is going to be the more mouth to lung. I can tell you that even though the pod itself does have a little airflow controller on it, so you can like move it over to mouth to lung or a restricted direct lung.
Yeah, if you can zoom into that just a little bit to show this is the first pod that I know of, and again, I might be wrong. I'm usually not wrong. That actually details on the pod itself the style of draw. And you're going to say, well, that's silly. Why do you need that? Well, because there's so much confusion, right, Phil, on the market of what actually the pod is, right? Somebody picks up a pod thinking they're going to quit smoking with it, but it's really a sub-ohm pod or a really loose pod that does direct or restricted direct lung, and then they're like, oh, it's not working, or it's not working for me. So I think it's critical that more and more companies do this, and I would like to see, and one of the things that we're pushing with Innokin is to actually put it on the package, right? So the customer knows before they buy it what exactly that product is.
Yeah, no, I agree. We'll talk more about mouth to lung in this broadcast. But this pod does use replaceable coils. So you saw that it does come with a spare coil, but to get that coil out, you're just going to rotate the bottom counterclockwise. It clicks, you pull it out, and there you have access to the coil. The coil just kind of screws into the base. Obviously, you're going to want to give this a good prime. when it's a brand new coil. You screw it back into the base, and when I say prime, we should know what that is by now. A few drops down at the center, and maybe a drop on each one of the liquid ports. That's going to soak the filler material in there. You do not want to fire a dry coil; you will instantly destroy it. Okay. And then it really only goes one way, and I described this in the video too. If you look, there's like kind of a V on that side, no V on that side, and if we look here, you can see that this is where the air comes. You see where the grippy side is? Mm-hmm. So the V goes by the grippy side, and it goes in like at an angle just like that, and then it locks into place like that. And you could even see there's an arrow there pointing in the direction for lock and in the direction for unlock. So, typical Innokin, they really give you as much information on the device itself, how to work with the device, right? MTL, RDL, and then lock, unlock. And it just goes into the device like this. And it's held really nicely in place with magnets. Okay. So that's the device. We'll talk a little bit more about the device as far as the controls, but I wanted to show you everything else that comes with this kit. Again, you're going to get the spare coil. You're going to get the micro USB charge cable. You're going to get all the information from Innokin. You're going to get their manual, their safety guide, and then with this, you're also going to get. Let me zoom out a little bit here. 4 spare pods. Okay. And these spare pods, because I was just looking at this because I wasn't sure. I haven't even opened this kit. The spare pod does come with a coil out. So I'm pretty sure that is going to be the 1.5 ohm.
1.2.
1.2.
No, I think it comes loaded with a 1.2 and the 0.5 is a spare.
Okay, yeah, okay, so there it is. So in addition to what you're getting in the main box, you're also getting the 4 spare pods and 2 coils per. So you're getting 8 additional coils on top of the kit. So that's kind of nice. Let me just move this aside. So we'll take a look at the device. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. So this is a manual or an automatic, meaning that the act of drawing on the device or sucking on it is going to activate it. Or if you don't like that, you can also use the fire button. The fire button's right there. As normal with Innokin, it does have a 5-click on it or 3-click on and off. So 1, 2, 3, get a little light show there, and it will not fire. And then another 3 clicks will turn it back on. 1, 2, 3. And that brings it back on. The little button or the little LED all the way over to the right is going to give you your battery charge status. And then these 2 little LEDs on the left-hand side are going to give you whether you're in standard mode or boost mode. To turn on boost mode or to turn on standard mode, you're going to make sure that the device is off. So 1, 2, 3. We'll wait for the device to go off, and then we'll click and hold, and then it'll go back and forth between boost and normal. So boost is the purple, and then green is the normal mode. So I kind of like it in boost for either of the coils, so I leave it in boost and then just turn it back on. So we've actually seen this very, very similar to some other Innokin devices, but that's it in a nutshell, right? That's the device. Charge port is over here on this side. That's it. And again, really, really good looking. And I wished that you could hold it in your hand, because if you held it in your hand, you would feel how solid and how well made this is.
I think one of the things that we've heard a lot of people say is, if there's one thing that I do wish that device would have, would be USB-C. But I think, just to clarify here, because this device was actually scheduled to be released before the coronavirus. Okay, so all the ID design, everything that was ordered for it was from beginning of 2020. Okay, so with the coronavirus, obviously all the new releases of products were pushed back 6 months. So I think if you look in today's market, a lot of companies are starting to use USB-C. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. And it's something that Innokin moving forward, and you're going to see some, well, we can't really tell you no, but you're going to see some new stuff here in the next couple months that's going to come out that does have USB-C charging on it. Unfortunately, this device has micro USB, and it's just something that we have to deal with. For me, it's not a deal breaker, okay? But I think that a lot of people make it a big deal if they can't find a lot of things wrong with a device, and it's something that needs to be mentioned as well too. I don't think it's a drawback. I think that it's a little bit outdated, and the reason is exactly what I told you: the coronavirus that pushed all these new releases back for a while.
Yeah, when I'm looking at devices, I've actually been saying it for a long time now. That I wished the device had USB-C. I wished. Again, it's not a deal breaker, and it's not even really a thumbs down. It's more like it is what it is. The reason why I want to see more devices and kind of like phasing out the micro USB port in favor of the USB-C is simply because it's a better connector. It's a stronger connector, but the biggest thing for me is it's location independent.
Yes, especially
right? It doesn't matter. It's orientation independent. So it doesn't matter if you put it in like this or you put it in like that, because with micro USB, that is, you do have to make sure you get it the right way. And the difference is so small that even though it's like you get a 50-50 shot of getting it right when you put it in, it's like I'll get it wrong 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So I think that's why people are really going to like the USB-C, and more companies are going to move to the USB-C.
The way I've got it set up, I've got 3 of them here set up for my enjoyment. So the way that I have this set up is I have the black and red with some 20 milligram high nicotine. It's just like my stealth vape, just to take a couple of puffs. I have the blue one set up in RDL with some 6 milligram free base e-liquid, and then I have the watermelon peach 12 milligram in the pink one, and I could just do depending on where I'm going or how long I'm gonna be out, I just pick up what I need. One of the things that I noticed with this, and Breeze Tones just made a question, and you know me, Phil, I talk about this all the time on auto draws, that I prefer a button because it just gives you that boost. In this device, I don't have that issue. As soon as I draw on it with the auto draw, I get immediate heat out of it. So I don't know if it does have a pre-boost function, but it definitely acts like it does. So as soon as I pull on it automatically, I get a satisfactory. I don't have to prime puff like I do other auto draw devices.
I know, and you've said that a lot about auto draws. You don't like it. It seems like it takes a while for them to heat up. One of the nice things that we're seeing with not only this but with other pods too. First of all, the auto draws work really good, and I know the auto draw works good, like with this, because I haven't pushed the button. Right, that's when you know an auto draw works good. But also, and I don't think there's a preheat boost. I just think there's enough power in these devices now that it is heating up the coil faster.
Makes sense.
When some of these came out, some of the early SaltNic devices, they were a little bit underpowered, right? First of all, they weren't satisfying at 12 milligram. You kind of had to go up to 18 or be a SaltNic vapor. But there was that heat up time that you got from the coil, whether it be a pod or one of the stick devices. But now with some of these new pods, and the Scepter is no exception, plenty of power here, right? Not only plenty of power, but plenty of battery life on this one too. 1,400 milliamp hours, am I right, Dave?
It's 15.
15? Why do I have everything wrong? I'm like down by 1 on everything. But really, really nice battery life on this one, and it should last you a full day.
I literally had to put my glasses on to see 1,400. You were right. You're right. I
got one right.
I didn't want to switch to the camera while I had my glasses on. So it's getting to the point of another let's talk a little bit about the draw on this. For me and Phil have talked about on the Smoker Show for the MTL draw extensively. Please, if you want to, just go to the playlist Smoker Show. Look at the episode that we did with Daniel as well too, if you wanna get more information on this. People that quit smoking need a tight draw, okay? But when you transition from smoking to vaping, you automatically like a looser draw, simply because this is the way that the vapor devices work, okay? So for me and Phil, we like a tight, but we don't like an extremely tight cigarette draw. We like a looser MTL draw. And you get that with a Scepter. There's no doubt about it. But if you're looking for a very, very tight cigarette-like draw, you're not going to get it with the current pod that they have. However, Phil.
They are working on a new pod. They are working on a pod. I've been told this from a few people at Innokin. They're working on a tighter pod to handle the people and to grab the market of those people who do like that tighter draw, who like a more cigarette-like draw. As a matter of fact, I think I even put it on. Well, I can pull this up in a little bit, but it's close to the draw that I like. It's a little bit looser than the draw that I like. So I would like something a little bit tighter. But again, you know, I mean, I went out with it last night and I was still using it and I was still satisfied. But I would like it a little bit tighter. So there is a new pod coming. There is a new pod coming that is going to address that and is going to make the people who want a tighter, proper mouth to lung,
maybe
right?
it's
Or
MTL
like
and
draw.
very the switch is MTL and very tight MTL. Maybe that's what the switch is going to be on that one. But yeah, I think that if you look at the lineup of Innokin, there's plenty of tight products for them to quit smoking with. Okay, so the Scepter maybe necessarily is not geared towards pure conversions. If somebody's looking for something that's very, you can pick up an Innokin T20S even today. After all those years in Greece, you will be surprised how many Innokin T20S and Enduras I sell. Yeah. Because people, it's inexpensive. You know, with 25 euros, they can get in there and pick up a 10 ml bottle of liquid with it and quit smoking. And it does give you that cigarette-like performance. And I think, which is extremely valuable for people that are used to that draw, especially smokers of 20, 30 years. Younger generation is a little bit different, you know. Younger generation has experimented with other draws. So having a looser draw might even work it. And we've seen in some cases that even direct lung has helped people quit smoking depending on the style and other products that they might have used in the market as well too. So, you know, I mean, overall, I'm very, very happy with the way that it came out. It's definitely gone into my rotation. I definitely use it every day, and especially when I go out. And it just looks good, man. I think that that's something, again, that's very understated in today's marketplace. When you're competing with IQOS, when you're competing with big tobacco companies putting products out there in the market that are geared towards capturing their smoker crowd, does that make sense? Right?
Yeah.
They know their customers. Big tobacco companies know their customers. So you're competing in that space and you want to get customers to look at your product. Not only does it have to perform well, but it also has to look good. And I think that's extremely valuable for shops and retailers internationally that are looking to broaden their customer base a little bit and not just be, you know, 18 to 35 white guys, you know, which is generally where this industry markets to.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, okay, so the 𝗷𝗚 was a wildly popular device.
Yes.
And it was popular because of flavor, but I think it was also popular because of draw. It has that looser draw. Absolutely. It has that looser draw that vapors like, maybe not necessarily smokers like, right? And I think that we're seeing a lot of these pods come out trying to be that. Right?
Yes.
Trying to be that. What I noticed with the Scepter is it obviously gets tighter than the 𝗷𝗚 and it gets much looser, right? So people who like a looser restricted direct lung, you're going to get that from the Scepter. So the range is pretty wide on the Scepter, and I'm still trying to find the draw estimate chart, but I can't find the one that I just did.
You have it on Taste Juice? I can maybe pull it up from there.
I'll find it here eventually.
Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, I'm looking at the, by the way, thank you, Bill. Bill Tarling's in the chat, collecting any questions that you might have and passing them on to you. And so hopefully we'll be able to answer all the questions that you have about the Scepter or any other product of Innokin, because this is what this is. This is an Innokin virtual show. Since the show in Shenzhen, again, we were scheduled to be there and we can't go. Because Americans can't go to China right now. It's pretty ridiculous. But anyway, this is the website if you want to visit it. It's iecie.com, and then you'll go on the website. There's a little virtual expo button here. You click it. It takes you to this little ticket page, and hopefully you'll find something. If you're a shop owner, if you're a distributor, you want to see some of the new stuff, and you can't be there, you can do it. You can do it virtually now. How about that? And if you are there, what's Innokin's booth number? Innokin's booth number is, just a second. Let me just pull it. Oops, I have it right here. Booth number 1L12.
1L12.
In Hall 1. Hall 1.
Everybody run over there right now
and
say hello.
And take pictures and selfies and send them to us.
I wish we could.
Hall 1, 1L12.
Okay, I found it.
Okay,
I can go over here.
I can go over here.
And so this is what I've been using in some of the videos for the pod systems. And this is where the Scepter falls, right? So, and remember I said it's really, really close to my draw preference, which is right here. cigarette here, my preference right here, Scepter here. So it's very, very close. Not close to a cigarette, but the new pod is going to get you there. But also, you can see because it has the setting on it, and it has the restricted direct lung coil. So we can go from here with the mouth to lung coil set to mouth to lung, and all the way over here to the restricted direct lung side with it set to restricted direct lung and using that restricted direct lung coil. So the range on the Scepter is really pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
There will be a tighter pod. We just talked about that. Will they release an RBA? No.
No.
They will not release an RBA for this particular pod system. Maybe there's some stuff in the works, but not for this particular device. There won't be. The chamber is very, very small, and you see that how the coil is very, very small as well too. So you'd have to, it would be very, very difficult to release an RBA for this particular product. But there might be other products coming in the future that you'll be able to get. All right, let me look through the chat here. Let me see if I have anything else that's going on. So what is the benefit value of having all those extra pods in the kit since it has a replaceable coil? Flavors? You know, I mean, look at me. I have 3 different flavors loaded up right now. So instead of having 3 devices, you can have a couple of pods that are loaded up with different flavors, which is something that a lot of vapors do. I know vapors that wake up in the morning and they have bakery with their coffee, and then in the afternoon they switch to something that's maybe drink related or fruit related. Vice versa, at night they want to switch to a different flavor. So instead of having to wash out your pod from the flavor all the time, you can have a few multiple. Plus, you know, pods, you know, open and close, open and close, open and close, they might break at some point as well too. Or you might put a liquid inside that you can't get the flavor out as well, which has happened to me multiple times through some of this junk liquid that I've vaped over the 10 years, especially an Italian and beef liquid that I vaped one time from Juicy Vapor.
That sounds delicious.
I could not get that flavor out of my atomizer to save my, I literally had to burn it to get it out. Like burn it on fire.
Sounds like it's right up there with crab juice.
Right up there with crab juice. But yeah, nonetheless, it's supposed to be like the elite package that you get a little bit of everything on there, and having 8 coils, 4 pods, the device, and all that, you're pretty much set for, you know, the next 2 or 3 months for sure. The one thing that I do want to mention on auto draw devices, since we do have the world famous technical 𝗵𝗶𝗀 with us today, is care and cleaning of the device. It's something that is, again, with all the pod systems that are coming out and all the reviews that I'm seeing, I don't see people talking about this enough. Because you do have an auto draw system, that means that there is a valve somewhere in the device as the air comes up to activate that while you're sucking, while you're inhaling. So it's extremely important for people that have not just this, but any auto draw device to be able to clean it, Phil, right?
Yeah, get in there. I mean, hopefully there's not going to be any e-liquid in there, but if there is, if some condensation gets in there, just get down there with some vapor towel and clean that out. Make sure that your pod is clean as well. That's going to be something that's going to get in the way of that auto draw switch. And we've seen auto draw switches start off really, really good, and then they get bad because maybe they are getting gunked up. So that's a good point that Ďmitry makes. Something else that I missed, and I just noticed it when I put the pod back on here, is that this has a little LED in here, and maybe I'll go back to the close-up camera a little bit later. But when you put the pod on, okay, or you don't fire it with the fire button, you just click the fire button, a little LED shines in there and it shows you your e-liquid level. Now, I thought at first that was a little gimmicky. Until I realized that LED on the bottom shines and reflects off the top of the e-liquid level as another little point of light in the pod. It really does show you exactly where your e-liquid level is. Kind of cool considering how difficult it is to see the e-liquid level in some of these devices. So that was well done.
Yes, I totally agree. And also keep in mind that stuff happens, folks. Sometimes you overfill the pod, you don't notice it. Sometimes the temperature change. This happens to me sometimes when I'm on the bike and I have on my motorcycle and it's very, very hot outside, and I take the pod, and that temperature change when it gets very, very hot, liquid gets thinner. So there might be chances where you open up the pod and you have a little bit of condensation or a little bit liquid just sitting down there on the bottom. Just keep an eye on it during the day, not just with this device, but any auto draw device. I saw a question, where are these in stock? First website, I just pulled it up, like right there, Element Vape. $28.99. What a bargain. That's just the first website that I pulled up. Just do a little Google search and I'll show you. Element Vape is a great website, by the way, but you can find maybe your favorite website carries it, but that's where they're in stock right now in the United States. Just a simple Google search.
Yeah, and not to sound biased, but so the $28.99, that was the price, right? Doing a string of reviews on these pod systems, seeing this come out at $28.99 with the size of the battery, with the pod, with the 2 replacement coils, with the quality and the feel of this, I think it's a really good value.
Yeah,
I think it's a really good value.
What a bargain!
What a bargain!
Question: is there a difference on American or European tightness? An American tight draw is more open draw in Germany. I think that is very true, though. I think that in various regions, you are going to find a different definition of MTL, for sure. And prime example is the fact that how many Zenith and Zli tanks and Aries we have sold in Europe versus what we have sold in America, okay? I definitely think that the European market wants tighter draws. There is a reason for that. In countries like Italy, France, Greece, where tobacco and tobacco gourmet flavors are predominant, they are looking for that tighter draw. And we have seen in market data in those countries that tobacco and gourmet tobaccos, tobacco mixed with something else, that in those countries, they do prefer a tighter draw. So definitely from a market perspective, there is a difference in what we consider MTL in America versus what we consider MTL in Europe. Would you agree, Phil?
I would agree. However, you know how I feel about mouth to lung, right? And MTL, the de facto standard of what MTL is a certain device that's out there. This device has been around for a long time. Unfortunately, this device will be around for a long time, and it is true mouth to lung. That's this.
Yes.
Right? Cigarettes. So, if you ever question, what mouth to lung should be like, and even I do this, right? I never light up. Still, only one missing from this pack, from the world's most important vape trick video. But just put it in my mouth and draw on it every now and then to understand what smokers would expect, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you get devices and they're claiming to be mouth to lung, and they're really loose. I mean, they're really far away from a cigarette. So to me, de facto standard mouth to lung is still where that cigarette is.
Yes. But yeah, but it's definitely a regional thing when it comes to vaping. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I totally agree with that. All right. Any idea on Australian releases? Uncle Phil Busardo, no idea. But Innokin Joseph is in the chat, and he should be able to answer that question for you, Amish. Is it Hamish? Hamish? Is it Hamish? Hamish or Amish? Phil, do you know? Is it Hamish?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Hamish.
Is it Hamish?
I don't know.
Can I have a sandwich with Hamish and cheese, please? That's what it sounds like.
And he's a good guy too.
Yeah, sometimes
he's always messaging us and following us and joining us on the show.
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I think he does drugs, and I just don't understand him.
Maybe we should call him Hamish like we call 𝗍𝗵𝗶𝗀.
And Greg.
That's Craig.
Craig. All right, so what we got here? Maybe scrap MTL, RDTL, DTL, and have dry tobacco roll up, silk up, Marlboro Red, or Prison Rolly. That is a really, really good idea, man. A little bit late to the market, but that's a really good idea. That definitely connects with smokers. I'm all for making stuff more accessible to smokers. It's one of the reasons why the vaping was called an electronic cigarette. You got to understand the marketing. Back in 2007 when this came out, I see new vapors today saying, "Oh, we shouldn't call it electronic cigarette. We should call it whatever, penis or whatever." And I partially agree with you, but think about it in 2007, before all this with flavors and kids and Juul and all that stuff that happened now. Back in 2007 and 2008, the term electronic cigarette is something that drew, like me, my attention to this product because I use a cigarette. So this is an electronic cigarette. So that gravitated me towards the product, right? So it's a term that was used to bring people in. Is it the right term? Technically, no. Right? Technically, no. But it is a term that is being used to draw people into the.
And you know what? It's funny because in the earlier days, I would say exactly the same thing that you said. I would say that, no, I'm not a fan of the name. I'm not a fan of the name electronic cigarette because we're still using cigarette. But we're using cigarette, right? So cigarette is going to attract smokers. Cigarette is something that smokers can understand. So that's why I both liked the term and I didn't like the term. I don't even like personal vaporizer. I always thought, let's call it a personal fog machine.
Yeah.
Here's why, right? Because foggers are legal.
Yeah.
Foggers use liquid that's actually very similar to what we use. Foggers have been around for years and years and years. Foggers have never hurt anybody except for those that are reactive or allergic to PG. So I say call it a personal fog machine because those are still legal, and you can even get flavors for them. You can even get flavor shots for them. How about that?
Yeah, a good point made in the chat by 𝗃𝗏. In the early days, e-cigs looked like real e-cigarettes, looked like real cigarettes. Form factor was important back in that time, which is absolutely true. Yeah, stick batteries that look like cigarettes, even the tip lit up when you drew on it. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Things have changed as far as the way that these devices appear, with the pod systems and the box mods and all that. But the truth is that it did look like a cigarette at the time.
I still have my first electronic cigarette, my proof of concept. Not only did it look like a cigarette, but it came in a pack.
Yeah.
Right? Came in a pack. It looks like the filter pack's in there, and then the device. This had a built-in battery that you kind of slide out right there, and there's a little plug that came out. So this really is the definition of an electronic cigarette, right? Looks just like it, the pack and everything, the way the cigarettes are in there, or the filters or the cartridges are in there. Why would you not call that an electronic cigarette?
Yeah, absolutely. But would you call this an electronic cigarette? This is just a great starter kit. This is, in my opinion, again, don't call me a pod hater and salt hater and all that. All I'm saying is that these in Europe are selling like crazy. It's more than enough battery that you're going to need. It does more than any smoker would ever possibly need. It looks good. It's replaceable coils. It's inexpensive. You get your choice of flavors and everything that you want. Can you call this an electronic cigarette? Absolutely not. It doesn't fit the definition. But it's just a term that we just been stuck by. All right. Comment from Cloud King Cody. Thanks, Phil and Demi. A year ago, you all sent me a kit for my kid's mother, and I gave it to her, and she's still off cigarettes now. I've converted other 3 workers, and I'm working on more.
Fantastic. See, that's the virtual show. We got the virtual.
That was all worth it.
Thank you there. How about that?
That was all worth it.
Very nice.
Question: who decided on the 𝗂𝗏 labeling on the chimney of the Aries 2? Have you considered people like good-looking plain tanks? Yes, we have considered it, my friend. That's all I can say. I can't say anything else. But you got to understand that the Aries is not a high-end product that you're going to pay $150 for. You understand what I'm saying? It's a product that is commercially made by a Chinese company and sold in 29 countries. Our products go to 29 countries. So obviously for a company like Innokin, branding, like any other Chinese company, branding is very, very important. Having you see some of these, the 𝗂𝗏 that came out, it has huge 𝗂𝗏 letters on the side of the box, right? It's more of a cultural thing than anything else. But one thing I will assure you, and people that know me, if you've been in the platform group, if you know me and Phil, what we always do is we listen to the consumers of our products. We don't close our ears. Even the smallest whining and complaining, we listen to it. And we try to satisfy everybody. So all I can say is stay tuned. I guess that's all I can say.
But you guys have no idea how bad we want to tell you.
You don't know. I'm like
right
itching right now, and I don't have any pants on, but I'm itching right now. But I can't. We can't. But anyway, just stay tuned. My biggest disappointment with a branding, I'll be completely honest with you, is that as big as that branding is on that bell that says MTLRTA, people still talk about that it doesn't direct lung. Or restricted direct lung. Like, I think we should have made that engraving larger. I think we should have just engraved it through the entire tank, like MTLRT, like all over it. And maybe at that point, some reviewers would be able to get it that this is an MTLRTA.
Nope.
Sorry, that was just a little jab. But anyway, stay tuned. Be optimist. Be optimist. Ask that question. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Hello, 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹 𝗕𝘂𝘀 from Greece. Hello to you, my friend. All right, so let's move on to, since we're talking about the Aries 2, I do want to say that stay tuned here in the next week to Innokin Technology on Instagram. There is the Instagram account. This is the Instagram page right here. Let me refresh it and see if we got anything new from the show. Nope, we got the same pictures. But stay tuned. You will see an announcement on the Aries 2 soon. Very, 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 very excited to bring it to you. But since we're here, let's talk about it a little bit.
And by the way, on the Innokin Instagram too, they're going to be doing little video pieces from the show, more photos from the show. They're going to be doing giveaways on the Instagram too. So if you are looking for free stuff, maybe you could win it here or over on the Innokin Instagram.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
So are we going back to the close up? Are we going to do another unboxing for the Aries? Is that the plan?
Yes, that's the plan. That is the plan. That is the plan.
All right. So I'm swinging this bad boy back into position. Look at that. Huh? I will go like this, and I will push this button right here, and there it is. Look at that. I'll zoom in a little bit. It'll be like one of my review videos.
Yeah, thankfully not 50-minute long though. That's
no. This is the box, and you know I always call it box now. That's your fault, right?
I know. You always say Dimitri Pink as well too. All these years, man.
Yep. That the Aries 2 comes in. Now, the Aries 2 is going to come in 4 different flavors. It's going to come in a 24 millimeter. You see that right there, 24 millimeter silver, 22 millimeter silver, 24 millimeter black, 22 millimeter black. So those are the 4 current flavors of the Aries 2. Inside, look at that beautiful picture. So you're saying they're changing that picture?
So, yeah, I'm glad. Just put it on pause there. By the way, this picture was taken with me and Phil 4 years ago in Canada. Okay. Yes. And I even feel bad of having to tell Innokin to do this, but this will be the new picture. I think this is one of the greatest picture that me and Phil have ever taken in our lives.
I like that picture.
It's just a great picture. We had a lot of fun that weekend, and it just shows the true love that we have for each other. So that's going to be the new picture that's coming into the new box of the surprise announcement that you're going to see next week.
You know what though? Now I'm going to have a problem with that picture because I'm down a little bit.
I know. We have
so eventually it's going to be the
on
same
Aries
thing.
3. We'll take a new picture on the Aries 3.
All right, so here's the box underneath here. Always very, very important is this. Okay, so all platform products are going to come with this. On this side, it's going to be a little thank you from me and Dimitri, but more important is this QR code on the other side. We don't want people who buy a platform product to be left out in the cold once they walk out of the vape shop or if they order something online. So if you scan this or if you go to the Innokin website, there are going to be really, really quick tutorials on how to use the platform product. What's in the box? How do you set it up? How do you use it? How do you troubleshoot it? All quick videos, all very, very helpful. If you get stuck, including how to build. If you get stuck, scan that. That'll take you directly to the videos or go over to the Innokin website. So we do get the tank. There's the tank. And another thing that we're very, very proud of, if I can get this out and just move this aside, is the accessories kit that comes with the Aries 2 and with the original Aries as well. We do have a little quick guide here, a little instruction manual for the tank. but also the accessories. So you do get a vape band. You get a little Innokin vape band right there. And then we get this package, which is going to have your spare O-rings and your spare glass. The spare glass is the smoked glass. Inside here is also going to be a spare mouthpiece. All right. We're going to get this little kit right here, and this is going to be your materials kit for your builds. So we're going to start you off with some organic Japanese cotton. We're going to start you off with some pre-made coils, and in addition to that, we're even going to give you some loose wire for you to experiment and start playing with making your own coils. And even to make your coils, we're going to give you this, right? And this is going to be your screwdriver, obviously to work with and capture your leads, work with the tank. You are going to have a couple spare screws in there, but we're going to give you 2 build tools too. We're going to give you my superior build tool to Dimitri's, which is going to be allow you to make either spaced coils or touching coils in either 2.5 millimeters. I got that perfectly reversed. 2.5 millimeters or 3 millimeters, and then you're going to get. And I joke, but this is really good. You're going to get Dimitri's tool, which is going to allow you by default to make a spaced coil. So basically, it looks kind of like a screw. You wrap the wire around the screw. It self spaces. You set the coil in the tank, and then you unscrew the tool, and you're left with a spaced coil. So again, we're extremely proud of what we've done. We wanted this tank to be something that would be approachable not only from a veteran vapor, but also from a beginner vapor, right? And I think we've done that because it is really, really easy to work with. Now on the Aries 2, much like on the Zlide, because we heard people complaining about the fact that this would open up in their pocket, you can't open it. You can't open it until, there's the arrow right there, until you remove the mouthpiece, right? So there's a little child safety feature there. Once the mouthpiece is out, you can go ahead and open it. Now, if you don't like that feature, real simple, because if you'll notice, the mouthpiece just has a little nipple right there. It's the nipple that's preventing the cap from opening. So if you don't like this feature, just use another mouthpiece or the other mouthpiece that comes with it, and that'll defeat the feature. All right.
What is it? What's stopping it?
The little nipple.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So down here at the bottom, this is a new design on the Aries 2. You got this little bit of knurling, a little bit of pattern here, something to grab onto. The airflow controller also now has D10, so you'll feel little clicks as you rotate the airflow controller. The airflow controller also now has a 0.8 millimeter hole, something that we got beat up on a little bit with the original Aries. That is resolved. And as always, and even with the previous one, you do have the Cyclops window here that you can select one or more of the holes. And then we have the single hole there where you can select one of the individual holes, right? You unscrew this, and that's going to show you your build deck. And the build deck, again, something else we're really proud of. Let me talk for a second, Dia. Let me go get a screwdriver.
Yeah, I was going to just suggest to Innokin to, if they can't use that particular picture, we have another one that they can use. We can use this one right here. This one's a really, really good picture of you, I think. And let me see if I can find the other one. Yeah, I really like that picture for the box set. And let me see if I can find this one. This one's my favorite one. I wish they would put this one inside. This one right here is my favorite. This would be great in the packaging of the Aries. As soon as you open up the box, you see that would be just fantastic.
You know what? I totally agree, especially with the first picture. I totally agree with that first picture. And you know what? That actually reminds me. Not very many tanks do this. Not very many companies allow you to do this. Innokin allowed us to do this. The tank has an Easter egg, which is kind of cool, right? If you open up the tank and you look underneath the cap, there's a little P+D down there.
It's so sweet.
I really like that. I love that little thing that they.
We usually do that on trees when we travel, but we figure we put it underneath the atomizer as well too.
So again, the deck is not very much different from the original Aries deck. There are a couple of small changes here. Number one, the liquid barriers, which is actually something that I'm really proud of. The liquid barriers are up just a little bit. right? And what the liquid barriers are designed to do is they're designed to keep your cotton off of the airflow down here, the airflow that's under your coil. Because if your cotton does touch that, it becomes an e-liquid river that directs your e-liquid right down that air hole and out these air holes down here, right? So that's something that we're really proud of. Again, we still have the very, very simple drop-in deck.
Yeah, and a lot, it's odd that sometimes I hear, not a lot of people, but I've heard a few people say that it's an old school deck. And that is not the proper terminology for this. Keep in mind that the Aries is designed for new people to learn how to build effectively, painlessly, and effortlessly, right? And that's what a deck like that is, posts like that are designed to do. You just unscrew, and then your coil just automatically drops inside. That is the reason why we maintained this post on the Aries 2 and did not come up with a different design, because it simply works. And I cannot tell you how many new people, just in the platform group the other day, I saw Katerina, this girl just quit smoking 3 months ago, picked up her first RTA, and she built it just so easily. It just brings us a lot of satisfaction to hear people that are new that were successful in building their first coil and vaping and enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and demonstrate that right now. So I'm going to just unscrew the 2 set screws here.
Yeah, do you want to show the airflow, the CAFC before we?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Okay,
we're gonna get to
I don't want to rush you.
No. So I'm just gonna put this coil on my build tool, and you see how easy it is to put in. I mean, it literally just drops into place.
Correct.
Right.
That's the idea behind having a deck like that. It's not, maybe not designed for very huge exotic coils, but this is an MTL RTA, to vape at 15, 16 watts. And the idea is to make it easy, not complicated.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience. All right. So let's go back to this now. Let's take a couple look at some of the other changes. First of all, the open wick ports, we've closed those. We've closed those to make it easier to get your wick in, to keep your wick in without wetting it first, right? So that was kind of something that we had to do with the original Aries. You kind of had to wet it first to get it to stay in there. Now we can keep it in there because the threading goes all the way around. But the thing that we're proud of when it comes to this deck is what you see right down there in the center, and that is going to be the cross airflow design. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to give you a way to adjust the airflow pattern, and the airflow velocity underneath the coil without you having to change parts, right? Without you having to take something off of the tank and put something else in its place. So if I go in here from the side, and again, I'm doing this, trying to do this without tip on my, there we go. That's how it works right there. So you see, we have gone from a slot that runs the length of the coil, and we can adjust it anywhere between that slot, right? That slot right there, and we could go smaller and smaller and smaller. It becomes a diamond, and then we get a tiny little point, and that's going to be the smallest point that we can set to hit the coil from underneath. So that's going to have your strongest air velocity. So in combination of using this airflow controller here and this airflow controller here, you have a lot of airflow options with this coil or with this tank. And I know some people, they like tobacco flavors, and they like a smaller point underneath their tobacco flavor, and they like a fruit flavor, and they like the larger slot underneath their fruit flavor. So this really gives you the opportunity to make those changes and to really experiment with the airflow and find something that you really like. So we're proud of that.
Yeah, Ian says, what constitutes a modern deck? I don't know. I'm just addressing some of the comments that I've seen. I like to watch all videos from all reviewers, and I just found that comment a little bit. I think I found it insulting for vapors and consumers, honestly. But I was just addressing it. I don't understand what a modern deck is either, but I just wanted to give you the thinking behind why we left the deck the way that we did in the post the way that we did. I always
like to show this, Dimitri, because really this idea, it started on your whiteboard,
yes,
right, at your house.
Yes.
We had other ideas,
yes,
but we wanted to do this as inexpensive as possible. So this is what we came up with, and we went from the whiteboard to this. right? And this is it's kind of like a working prototype, right? That
3D
we could
printed,
show. It's a 3D printed prototype that we could show to Innokin to explain to them, because sometimes it's good to send diagrams and drawings, but sometimes this works better because we show them this and they're like, all right, we get it. We know what it's supposed to do now. So this is kind of where it started right there.
Good job, buddy. Good job. You did very good. I like that camera angle. What else do you shoot with that camera angle?
Porn.
I was about to say it's positioned correctly for that.
All my review close-ups. Although when I do review close-ups, the camera is actually like right in front of the microphone right here. But the way I have it right now, I could swing it out on the way and you can't see it anymore.
Nice. All right, let me get some questions answered. I've noticed on your other videos using space coil in the Aries. Is there any benefit or difference compared to contact coil?
You want to take that, or you want me to take
I mean, I'll tell you what. To me, it just boils down to preference. Number one, for my type of vaping, I vape at 15, 16 watts, usually around 1 ohm, 0.9, 0.8, somewhere around there. Doesn't really bother me. I prefer the space coil for my flavor, for my particular liquids, and I have no hot spots as well too, so I don't have to, deal with that. Having even space coils for my preference, for my style of vaping, just works better. I think an MTL in general, that a space coil works better, but that's just my taste preference. I'm not saying that it's a standard. Don't start sending me emails and messages. Oh, Dimitri said that space coils are only for MTL, but that's just for my preference. That's what I find.
So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, space coils are only for MTL. But I'll tell you why I went to space coils. And Dimitri, he hinted at it, and that's you don't get hot spots, right? For me, it's all about coil stability. It's about the resistance remaining the same, because I do vape and temperature control a little bit. So when you are vaping in temperature control, one of the things that you want is a really resistant, stable coil. So a space coil does that for you. The other thing too with a space coil, you'll notice when you build a touching coil, if you've seen any videos, they'll glow it, and part of that coil might glow off even or uncentered, and then you have to brush it a little bit. You brush it a little bit, you fire it, and then it glows even, right? The potential exists after you get that all built, buttoned up, and closed up in your atomizer, that hotspot comes back, right? So that's just something that it's just avoided with the touching with the space coil. Not saying that one is better than the other, but I'm telling you why I use space coils.
Nice. All right, Chris Norman. I got the tools in mind, but couldn't see any spare screws anywhere. I don't know. Maybe when you open up the tools, they popped out and they fell out, Chris. I don't know.
Yeah, the screws are definitely in the bag with the build tools.
Maybe we get Innokin to send you a couple of screws. If you have an Aries 1, the screws work as well too. 𝗂𝗵𝗶𝗀. In the manual for Aries 2, they've illustrated putting the coil on the deck is upside down, but of course there's Phil's videos to save the day. Well, there you go. That's why we have the QR code. I didn't even notice, but thank you for pointing it out. We'll take a look at it and hopefully make the changes in time, quickly. Kevin, pig balls. How much does the Spectre? I keep reading it.
There you go. How much does the adapter cost?
How much does the Scepter weigh? Do you have your scale there, real quick, or did you weigh it in your video? Do you remember?
I don't remember from the video. I'll go and throw it on.
Okay, throw it on there and let us. I like those shorts that you have on. They're so sexy.
Thank you very much. All right. We'll even do the close up here. Let me zoom out. We'll turn it on. We'll zero it out, and we'll go ahead and put the Scepter on there.
Scepter.
There you go. 95.1 grams.
95.1 grams.
Okay.
Yep. And like I said, here's the Aries as well too. You see, this is a picture taken from Instagram, so you can do some exotic builds on it if you want. Keep in mind, because the screw comes directly across on the deck to capture that wire. If you have any that flat wires like aliens, you'll have to turn the wire sideways when you position it inside the deck. That way the screw will capture it. If you just leave the wire like that and the screw comes down, it'll keep popping it out of the the U-shaped input deck. Wow, that was a lot.
Good
that was a lot. Yeah. But I didn't receive any spare screws either in my Aries 2. Should I have received them in the UK? Well, Chris Norman is in the UK as well, too. Maybe the UK just got screwed?
Or not screwed.
Like that? Or not screwed, or not screwed.
I think Joseph is in the chat. Joseph, take care of that, would you?
And
please?
Jillian as well too, which she's in charge of UK marketing as well too. Maybe they'll be able to answer you as well too, or see how they can accommodate you as well too.
Yes. Yeah, there should have been spare screws in there.
Question from 𝗵𝗶𝗹. Do you have any funny vaping accidents or embarrassing ones?
You just had one the other day. You posted it, I do that all the time too.
I did. I was vaping on. I can't really show it to you. I'm vaping it, but I'm covering it with my hand. I was vaping on this, and it's dark. I have the dark glass on it. I have black O-rings on it, and all that. And I was just
murdered out AF.
It's murdered out AF. Yeah, and I'm using the 22 millimeter, which I normally don't. All my Aries are built at 24 millimeters, but I'm using the 22 millimeter. It doesn't hold a lot of liquid, and I'm just vaping, and all of a sudden I get a little, burnt hit or something like that, and I just, sometimes I'll just suck on it or prime it, and liquid will start flowing again. So I did that, and it was burnt again. Like it literally took me 10 puffs to realize that I was bone dry out of liquid. I mean, completely out of liquid. After 10 years of vaping, I mean, stuff like that happens.
What's funny is that, like, when stuff like that happens to me, and obviously to you as well, like, I like to post stuff like that. I like to tell people that happened to me, because when it happens to them, maybe they won't feel that bad. But, if it could happen to somebody like me or to you, who have been doing this for such a long time, it could certainly happen to anybody, right? And everybody is susceptible to a bad vape day. Yeah.
Maybe when you cut your finger doing a live stream build, or the witch tool is better done from Phil's parents' home. Yeah, definitely don't want to do it on a live stream. SU Orange won my Aries 2 on the vape wheel. Haven't put it down since I received it. Well, congratulations. I'm glad that you like it. The vape wheel was a lot of fun the other day. I do love doing the vape wheel.
Especially, so you got those new sounds that we.
The ska was. I was looking at the replay, and the ska was actually pretty good. The ska and the funk were my favorite.
By the way, do you know one of the mysteries of life?
No, what is the mystery of life?
One of the mysteries of life is how the Chinese get this in the tray to begin with. Because once I take it out of the tray, I can't get it back in the tray.
Yeah.
So I don't know how
they have smaller hands than you, Phil, as well. I mean, you have sausage fingers you would never be able to work on an assembly line in China for sure.
No, I did that one time and I backed them up for days.
I know. They're still cussing you out. One of my most embarrassing stories while vaping has to be a couple years ago. I was in Greece and I was leaving with my daughter. And I had a squonker with me. It was the Rage squonker from Desire something. We had just gotten it from China, a dual battery squonker. And I don't know if you remember, but the button is like a little rubber button on the side. And I had a dripper on it. And I get to the line to take my laptop out, right? And the guy says, "Do you have any electronics?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm taking them out now." And I opened my bag, and literally a cloud of vapor and burnt smell comes out of the bag. The thing was auto-firing for, it must have been, it was bad. Like the whole airport smell. I felt so bad. The good thing about Greece is, they didn't make a big stink out of it. If that was the United States, I would have been arrested. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, for sure. You're going
So he's like, "Oh, what is that?" I was like, "I got to take this out." So I take the whole thing out, like it is with a dripper. I pull the batteries out and I go over to the dumpster and I throw it in the dumpster. I mean, it was so embarrassing, but there was no way that I could have just put that in the bag. Plus it smelled. So my entire bag smelled for the rest of the trip. It was pretty embarrassing. So always turn off your devices when you're
very, very important.
Very, very, very important.
Yeah. I still can't get this in, by the way.
Hey, Big Red.
Maybe that'll, yeah. Whoever wins this, you're going to be like, wow, Phil really messed that up.
Yeah, they did. So I think we should give it away. You want to give it away with comments on the video, or you want to do it live? Or we do both?
We could do it live. Do you have an idea for how we could do it?
That's what I'm saying.
No? Oh, okay. I'm sure we could figure something out before we end this happy broadcast.
It's very, very, very happy. Any other questions that you have? Please put them in the chat and let us know. Since we're here, we can answer anything that is Innokin related.
Like I did. See, it must be exciting for you because, like, when you get this, you'd be like, "Wow, that's really the one that Phil used in the video." It really is. Yeah. Look at that. It really is. The odds of your glass getting to you unbroken, slim to none.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
At least it came from my desk. Kind of cool.
Put some bubble wrap in it or something. Why do I get e-liquid in my mouth from Aries 2? Wicked it lots of different ways. I don't know. No reason for you to be getting liquid in your mouth. Unless you're sucking that hard that you're able to get it through the liquid barriers and go up. To me, it sounds like you're not wicking it enough, and liquid is coming up and sitting on top of the coil, and then when you're taking a puff, it's popping the liquid up. That's the only thing I can think of in the areas where you'd be able to get liquid into your mouth.
You know, that's a tough one because usually when you get a troubleshooting question, you've kind of run into the issue.
Yeah.
So at some point where we kind of help.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Unless your airflow is completely obstructed by something as well too, where you're just sucking liquid up. Again, it'd be very, very hard to get up through that bell because the bell is sphered. So there's nowhere really for the liquid to grasp onto you. Like you'd really have to have everything shut off, and then the great thing about the Aries 2 is that when you shut it off, there's no air escaping anywhere, which is a big complaint that consumers had in Aries 1. So we worked really, really hard to make it completely sealed when everything is off. There's no escape. So if you have it really, really tight and maybe loose cotton, maybe on the 0.8 ohm hole, 0.8 millimeter hole, and your CAFC close to the smallest, and you're creating that much of a suction to get some liquid up, that could be a possibility as well too. But it's very, very hard. I have a bunch of Aries 1. Can I still get that build video? It's there. It's in the card. It's in the card, Nicole, inside the box. All right. Can we get Unsalted in the UK? Sandino, we are working on it. For Europe in general, we had a meeting just the other day with a co-packer in Europe. And we are discussing ways of getting it there, and also launching 2 or 3 new flavors on the Unsalted line. It's done very, very well in North America, so we're trying. It's not easy. It's not easy. We're not big name reviewers to just put something out there and sell it. So we have to work hard to make sure that we get it. But it's really good. The watermelon peach, the citrus, and the blueberry, they're good products for MTL. That's the key. It's the good products for MTL. Good
it's funny that we get that question considering we just had a conference
just the other day. Just the other day.
Yep.
All right.
I saw a couple questions. What new products are we working on? Nothing that we can talk about.
We can't talk about anything. And I'm going to tell you why. There's 2 reasons. Me and Phil have to be the most unlucky people in the history of vaping. Okay? And I'll give you just some examples, right? Aries 1, we worked on Aries 1 for 13 months. And we released it 2 weeks after the Siren 2 was released. And some douchebags immediately said that we copied the Siren 2. Like, we can get the Siren 2, and in 2 weeks, we can mass produce for 29 countries the Aries 1, which was ridiculous. Then we had a lot of manufacturing issues, which Innokin admittedly tried to take care of with the Aries 1. So very, very unlucky. Then on the Aries 2, we so excited pre-corona. We're showing it to people. Aries 2 finally coming. We listened to all your complaints. We listened to everything that you wanted to change. We made all the changes. We're ready to go into production. Then Corona happens. So now we have our CAFC. And if you've noticed, 7 or 8 atomizers came out in that period of atomizers that are trying to control the airflow underneath the coil without having to use pins. That was our idea of trying to put something on the market that does not use pins, where you have to remove your coil to adjust your airflow on the bottom. So we got unlucky there as well too. We weren't the first, even though with Jay's video, Jay Hayes' video, you'll see that we had this prototype out from last year, beginning of last year. So what we decided to do with Phil is like, okay, We're only just going to wait for Innokin to announce it. And when Innokin announces it, then we're going to get out there and show it to everybody and do videos. But we do have some products coming for the Z coil, which is a very, very popular coil all over the world. So we do have some products coming for that. And we have an Aries 2 surprise and some other stuff as well. Those two, I can just tell you that that's what's coming, and then some other stuff as well too.
Yep. What you said.
I can't say anything else. I'm itching. Trust me, I'm itching. I'm itching.
Yeah, I know.
So happy. I'm so happy.
It's actually 3 things that we're working on right now.
Yes.
One's right around the corner.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody wanted to be reminded of which is the #1 best-selling flavor.
I don't see that question in the chat.
That is absolutely in the chat. Go look at that. You'll see. That is, of course, the watermelon peach. Hold on a second. Hold on.
That's Greg Dewar. Come on. I mean, that's your buddy.
Hold on a second here. Here. The watermelon peach is the #1 best-selling flavor in the unsalted line. It's delicious, by the way. You should try it.
Did you answer that question? It is good, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm enjoying it. Looking forward to all the new stuff. Thank you. Any good small tube mods? Jerry. Come on, Jerry. Bring unsalted in Greece. We're working on it, Black. Katarina, we're working on it. I'll bring you some samples. How about not? When I come to Greece in September, I'll bring you some samples. You can try it. Do some market testing. How come Innokin isn't that popular in Germany? Well, I think that if you look at country specific, the way that Germany vapes, a lot of the products that Innokin creates is not popular in that country. So versus France, for example. Innokin is huge in France. There's more MTL, more low wattage vapors. You go to Germany, German vapors use 17 mil tanks, more direct lung, more airy vapes. So it just doesn't fit the country profile. We do good in Germany, don't get me wrong, but it's not widely popular like other brands for sure. Yeah.
Right.
And again, it goes back to what we were saying earlier about the styles of vaping that are very region specific. We don't do good in the United States either. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, we do good in Canada.
Sad. Which is sad.
Yeah, it's a little bit sad, but it is what it is. We still do okay. We can't complain. Have you ever tried to get on the Joe Rogan podcast? Yes, multiple times. Joe Rogan's been tweeted multiple times, and he doesn't care. So let's just move on. Fuck Joe Rogan. How about that? You can put that on his podcast as well. What else? What unsalted line is best for people with tiny lips? That's right there.
That's easy.
Very, very easy. Blueberry morning.
It's the perfect.
Blueberry morning. This is perfect for tiny lips right here. A tiny bottle. And of course, if you want really good coolness. What's citrus.
That? What flavor is that?
That is the cool citrus. It's citrus, but it's cool. But it's not overcooled. Like even for me, I add cooling in my cool citrus because it's not cool enough for me. But it's just for the market, we try to make it approachable for everybody.
All right, I have one potential way to give something away.
Okay.
And it's going to be a TV scene. I could switch over to my other monitor, and the first person who writes it in the chat will get it.
Okay, it'll have to be based on my chat. Okay, what I'm looking at over here. You need to first private message me the answer, and we can do that. This is what we're going to do. We'll give away 2 live, and then I'm going to give 2 away for the replay. So people that are going to leave comments underneath, you have to share this video, like it, and leave a comment underneath this video. And I'll choose 2 from a random generator on the DP show Tuesday and give away those two prizes there. So you give away a Scepter Deluxe Kit and an Aries, and I'll give away a Scepter Deluxe Kit and an Aries for the replay. That everybody's happy. How's that?
Okay, so I'm typing. So what chat are you looking at?
Just send it to me on WeChat.
No,
WeChat or Messenger, whatever. On Facebook Messenger, just send me so I'll know the answer.
I just did, but I'm asking you what chat.
Is that the correct answer? It has to be like that.
It could be the last 2 words.
Yeah, it can't be just the first one because that's
no, it can't be.
Okay, so let's before you do anything, I want you to explain exactly what we're gonna do. Go.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I am going to go to my other monitor. You are going to see a scene from a TV show, and the first person who puts the full name of that TV show in the chat will win. What do you want to do? You want to give away the scepter or the Aries?
Let's give away the Aries first, and then we can build up to the scepter.
Okay, the Aries. Okay, so we ready? You ready?
I was born ready.
You're born ready. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. First person to name this television show, the full name, gets the Aries 2. Here we go.
And I'm looking at the chat.
Okay, keep an eye on that chat. Let's see. Let's see how long it takes. What are we going to do?
Hold on. Let me put some music. Hold on.
Okay. Anything yet? Good job. All right.
Trying to wait for the chat to catch up. Yeah, we got a little lag.
There's that horrible delay.
A cartoon.
There it is. I saw one.
Yeah, Lindsay Singer. I got it. She got it. You got it. Lindsay Signer.
Lindsay Signer. Now, the important question is, where is Lindsay from? Where do you think? Like
Lindsay Signer.
U.S. or overseas?
Larry, why are you private messaging me, bro? Why are you private messaging me?
Who's private messaging?
Larry, it's on YouTube. That music is intense. Yeah, I know. So on my computer, Lindsay is the first. Lindsay, you need to private message Phil on Facebook. Bill will put the link inside the chat and send him your address. Lindsay, where are you from, if you don't mind? Can you tell us where you're from? Please be in like Afghanistan or something like that. Please.
I'm hoping not. I'm really hoping not. I'm hoping. I'm actually hoping she's right out the block. I don't even have that shit. I can just bring it to her. That's
𝗵𝗵𝗀, thank you guys with the 𝗵𝗵𝗀 kit. 10 months ago, I stopped a 30-year habit. Love you guys from 𝗵𝗂𝗀, which is Greece, by the way. 𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗀. Thank you so much.
Love that.
I appreciate that.
So do we know where she's from yet?
She has not responded. Maybe she was so excited that she won, she fell off the chair.
So excited. Right. So, Lindsay, let us know where you're from, and just get a hold of me on Facebook. And
please be in Australia. Just be somewhere far, please.
Damn it!
I am in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. That's not too bad.
Yeah, but still,
Canada is just to the north of here. It's not. I had to send one to Germany the other day. I had to send one to the UK. I did a giveaway and platform, and all 3 of them were international. All 3 winners were international.
Good.
Go to this.
Good.
I got another soundboard ready to go.
I gotta see if Innokin can cover.
Cockadoodle damn!
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Cockadoodle damn!
All right. Congratulations, Lindsay.
People are saying that this is a kid's show because it's a cartoon.
Oh, come on, man.
It's Star Trek. What
Jesus,
kids watch
come on.
Star Trek? Come on.
I don't watch Star Trek either, and I'm adult. That's because I just don't like. All right. By the way, did you see what I'm cooking today?
Souvlaki?
I wish you were here, man. I'll try to make this when you come up next week or in 2 weeks when you come. Here, let me show you what I'm cooking today.
You've been on a roll with your cooking lately, man. It's unbelievable. Oh, really?
Look at that.
Tilapia?
I caught it myself.
Did you really? I doubt
not,
that.
I did not. I can't catch it myself. But a friend of mine from Florida was driving by and had some and stopped by and had them frozen and gave them to me and cleaned them up. And man.
Are those snapper or tilapia?
Tilapia.
Yeah, okay.
It's really, really good. Star Trek is obviously for loser guys. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm sorry you lost. Like, you don't have to get all pissy about it. Philip Gomez. Hi, Phil. I'm looking for a vape with a clean taste of a SS mesh without the hassle. What do you recommend? Maybe in titanium. Wow. Can you get any more specific?
Looking for a vape with the clean
𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. What exactly are you looking for? Replaceable coil, I guess. It's very hard to replace that mesh if you're gonna, very, very hard. A rebuildable mesh is a really good clean vape. It's a pain in the ass, but it's a really good clean vape. But it works very well in sub-ohm. I mean, direct lung. It doesn't work that well in mouth to lung, unfortunately. Dimi's dinner is looking at me. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Nerdy girls like Star Trek too. That is absolutely true.
They're hot.
Yeah, Phil likes nerdy girls. All right. So we got one more giveaway to do. We can do the same thing if you want for the scepter. Maybe make it something that's a little bit more difficult.
For the what?
For the scepter. What did I say? What did
Sceptre. You said sceptre.
I watched that video the day with a reviewer, and it threw me off completely, man. I was like,
you know what
I
it is?
thought
It's
maybe
the
he made a
spelling.
mistake at the beginning.
It's the spelling of it.
I know. I thought he maybe made a mistake at the beginning, and then through the entire video, he's calling it that. And I was like, maybe I have it wrong. It's like I was starting to doubt myself if I'm doing it correctly.
So, do you have an idea of a question to ask for the scepter? I mean, we could go with a question if you have a question.
I don't have anything prepared for giveaways.
Nothing prepared.
I am completely unprepared. I had everything else prepared.
You did. And as always, you did a fantastic
but
job.
I didn't have
as
anything.
always. Let me think of a movie, and then I'll find.
Okay. While you think, let me remind viewers that if you're in the United States, September the 5th, we will be at Washington D.C. On the lawn of the Ellipse, where me and Phil, along with other wonderful speakers, will be doing a rally for Save the Vape, September the 5th. Starting at noon at 12 o'clock until 4. If you are in the area, if you want to drive, if you want to fly, if you want to take a boat, come out there and hang out with us. We'd be more than happy to meet you and talk vape and hopefully have a little bit of influence over this administration that on September the 9th has put a burdensome and deadly deadline for the vaping industry. So yeah. Very, very excited. A little bit concerned. I'm not gonna lie with the COVID, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Just take our precautions and get out there. Me and Phil will be there. I was so sad to hear Joe Rogan retweeted that. Yes. Well, this is a problem, huge problem. Just today, I was tweeting the reporter that interviewed me, and I was like, if I want to show you something which I didn't show. So this reporter did a piece here in Chattanooga on News Channel 9, which is the ABC affiliate, that talked about COVID and vaping, and she also brought up EVALI, that people were getting sick. And I have her phone number hidden, but here, let me switch to this. I spent 45 minutes with her explaining to her that this Stanford study was an anonymous online survey. I linked her to the survey where it shows that as well too. I spent literally 30 to 45 minutes educating on her, and I told her, I said, all I ask for is that you're fair on this reporting. I said, if you're not, I'm going to come after you on Twitter. I said it. There was witnesses in front of me that said it. And she said to me, absolutely, we're going to do our best job and all that. So after spending 30 to 45 minutes, we even had a text conversation. And I said, look, if you go on the CDC website, you will see that the EVALI was caused by tainted THC carts. This is my text exchange with her, okay? I sent her a screenshot of where the CDC says that tainted THC carts were. I sent her a screenshot of the link of where she can click on it. Her title is investigative journalist. That's her title. How ironic. So I made it really easy for her. I get her screenshot, and then I said on the bottom, I said CDC and FDA recommend that people not use THC containing e-cigarette or vaping products, particularly from informal sources. And then I said on the bottom, if you need anything else, reach out. Thank you. And she said on the bottom, no, thank you so much. I hope you have a good day. Okay, this is my text exchange with her. I posted it on Twitter today, and thankfully people joined in and retweeted it and stuff like that. But you have to keep these people on their toes, and you have to be aggressive. You need to come after them the same way that they're coming after this industry. I don't want to turn this into an advocacy thing. This is an Innokin thing. But you really need to be aggressive when we're talking about these people to make them know that we're here and we're watching what you're doing. If you're going to lie to us, if you're going to make us look bad, we're going to make you look bad as well, too.
Right.
Do you remember that you had a gold-plated drip tip with a blue ultim bottom? Oh, Philip, I do remember. I think I do remember that. Wasn't that part of some Filipino company that had made that? God, I don't know. Things just... just the other day, I found this drip tip. I don't know if let me see if I can show it to you here. This is so cool. Get this out of this shot.
Actually, go to your camera because I just came up with an idea for
Yeah. I had the thing in the middle. I found this drip. This is from 2012. This drip tip here. It's actually a 510 press fitted, and it's like a microchip. They have like a microchip embedded in the drip tip. And I just found it in one of my boxes I was cleaning out the other day. But it was just nostalgia. It's a really, really cool drip. I wish it was smaller because it's huge. And it's uncomfortable for MTL. But back, when the sub-ohm atomizers first started coming out, they were 510. The 810 didn't come till later. So a lot of people were using this type of drip tips that were wide bore on top and then just came down to a 510 press fitted. But this is just a really, really cool drip tip. I really, really like it. But anyway, all right, switching to you.
Yeah, switch to me.
Did you give me the answer?
Do you still have you're not going to need the answer.
Okay.
Because you're going to know it, okay? But the first person who can tell me the name of the device that you're going to see on the screen will win the Scepter Deluxe Kit, okay? First person to tell me the name. What?
Hold on, I hit the wrong button.
Good. I won't go until you
Let me build that up a little bit.
Okay. Ready? Here we go.
It's easy, guys. It's so easy. I don't see the right. I don't know. I don't see the right thing. It's not spelled right. Tony Jenkins got it.
Tony got it. Tony
Jenkins got it. The name is 𝗖𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗜𝗍. It's actually written right on it. It was just upside down. Hamish just put 𝗖𝗡𝗧. That's not correct. Thobai put 134. That's not correct. Then Face Meat misspelled it. Put 𝗖𝗡𝗧 with a Z. So what's fair is Tony Jenkins. Tony Jenkins, congratulations, my friend. Let me give you a little applause that goes along with that.
Okay, Tony, where are you from? Tony, please.
Tony, please be in Jamaica. But Tony, Tony, be in Switzerland. Be somewhere. Tony Jenkins sounds like an American
actually
name.
From Mars. I don't know if you know this.
It sounds like it's an American name. I'm not gonna lie.
It does. It sounds very American.
Tony Jenkins, congratulations. You won the Innokin Scepter Deluxe Kit. Where are you from? Tell us, Tony. Tell us.
Yeah. Still one of the coolest devices.
Yeah, it really is.
I know. Probably still works too.
Face Meat. That was funny, buddy. That was funny. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Dang it.
Yes. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. All right, Tony, get a hold of me on Facebook. I'll get some information from you and get that one out into the mail. This is a nice prize. This is a good one.
Yes, Tony. On Facebook.
So's the Aries 2, though, really.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Aries 2 is hot. I think it's hot. And oh boy, it gets even hotter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see what I did there? See what I did there?
Right.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Anyway, here's some pictures from the Shenzhen virtual show. As you see, it's happening now. And unfortunately, we're not there. But if you are, you can always go by the Innokin booth, which is 1L12, Hall 1. And check out the new products. Yeah. Very exciting. Well, it's exciting for people that are there, not exciting for us.
No.
We're in a Zoom room. We're in a Zoom room talking. But anyway, yeah. So very, very exciting.
And I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and give the Innokin booth number one more time.
1L
12
Hall 1.
1L12 Hall 1. So if you are there, please go visit our friends from Innokin and make sure you check them out on their Instagram. Again, they're going to be posting photos and videos from the show that we wished we were at right now. And they're going to be doing some giveaways on their Instagram as well. So we just gave away these two prizes, and then we're going to do just like a random drawing from the chat. Is that what we're going to do?
All right, so just to answer a couple more questions, are we going to do an RDA? The project has been postponed until after Christmas due to Corona, okay? So everything has shifted. So keep in mind, once again, we're not like modders making a few limited supply of high-end stuff. To put out a product through Innokin, there is a whole process that goes through, right? There's marketing, ID design, prototypes, test runs, blah, blah, blah. Innokin does not just dump product on the market. You know that. Obviously, you see it with a Scepter, with a USB, a micro USB connector on it. This is a 1-year project that it took this long to come out. So we had a time schedule of products to be released, and all that time schedule now has shifted 6 months ahead. So if our products had come out before the Corona as they were scheduled to, meaning the Aries 2, then the other stuff and the other stuff that I can't talk about, then we would be working now, if we were in China, on the RDA. But now that has shifted another 6 months. So no, just to answer that briefly, not right now, but it's in the works. It's in the plans as well.
You know, the other problem that we're having with new products too is like launch parties and launch events, right?
Yes.
Like when we released the Zenith Pro, when we released the original Aries, we were at shows and we were able to go up on stage and like have slide presentations and kind of do the launch the right way, which is a lot of fun. And we don't have that opportunity right now, right? Because we're just not doing shows.
Yeah, I hear you. By the way, Hamish, I was just joking about the drugs, but I don't care if you do drugs or not. It's whatever you put in your body or whoever you put your body into, it's none of my business. I was just joking, buddy. I don't take anything personal, buddy. If you do you, whatever you do you. As long as it doesn't affect me, I don't care what you do. But I was just kidding, but whatever.
Like I was saying, D, so we just gave away these live. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do for the other two? You're going to just randomly pick somebody from the chat?
So I have the program that you put in the URL of the YouTube, and it randomly picks 2 comments out. So what we're going to do is, as soon as this video is over with, like it, share it on YouTube. Like it, share it, and leave a comment underneath it. But whatever you want. Dimitri was better looking than Phil today. Dimitri has a sexier accent. Dimitri's close citrus is better than... Anything that you want. Just leave a comment. Anything that makes me look better than Phil. Put a comment underneath this video. And then Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on the DP show, we will do the drawing live out of the comment. Maybe read some of the comments if they're funny. Maybe read some of the comments if they're rude. Maybe read if somebody posts something about masks or Trump, which is completely irrelevant with this video, but people usually do. And I'll give away the other deluxe kit that I have here, the Scepter. Mine's sealed, actually has plastic on it as well too, so you can get it sealed. And I have a sealed Aries 2 as well too to send out. So we'll give 2 winners on the DP show next Tuesday night. That sound good?
That sounds good. And Jennifer wants a pod that she can put in her bra. So we need something shaped like V shape that'll.
So what I'd say to Jennifer is that she needs to come by here so I can do some prototype research.
Yeah.
I got to do some prototype research first. I need some hands-on real-world testing if you want me to complete that project, Jennifer. How about that? I need something for my helmet. I do need something for my helmet. You know, I'll talk to you off the air about this, but
Okay.
I have a really, really good idea that I want us to work on. But I don't have a module. I don't like modular helmets. Modular helmet is when the whole piece kind of opens up like that and exposes your chin, and then you can vape if you're like at a traffic light or something like that. I like, I'm a safety freak, so I wear padded clothes and stuff like that, and I like a full face helmet. But the full face helmet, I can't vape. Like I have to have the device like inside, and it just looks silly, you know me. So we have to come up with something for a helmet to be able to vape, like some kind of an accessory that we can put inside the helmet where I can put a small system like that and vape.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds interesting.
Yes.
Limited market, but definitely.
I don't think Mrs. Demi is going to go along with that. No, listen, if it pays the bills, David, but you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself and your body, and it's just how we pay the bills, man. I got 2 daughters to get through college and pay for Greek weddings, so she'll understand.
Absolutely.
As long as that's just pleasure. This is work. All right. We said enough. We said it all. I can't believe we almost did 2 hours of this.
Ian, they didn't send it yet. She's going to send it, and then we have the show coming up.
Can you ask the question when you're doing that so people know what
do you think of the e-liquid the Mixin Vixens did for you? Okay. So yeah, I don't have it yet. They're sending it, and then I'm going to be on the show with them. I think the 30th.
It's a little cranky with a sour note, in my opinion. I haven't tasted it. I'm just taking a wild guess. And it's dark and custardy and robust and creamy.
Do you know I got e-liquid into a review? That happened so rare.
Any what?
It's right. I got e-liquid into review.
That's cool.
Yeah. Do you remember Vermilion River?
Of course I do.
Right? They've been around like since
10 years.
day one.
10 years. One of the first companies that I ordered from. Yeah.
Yep. And they sent me some new liquid to review. So I'll probably fill up a bunch of Zenith tanks and head out on the boat.
You know what I used to love about Vermilion River? I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day, they used to have 5 ml glass bottles with pipettes for samples. So if you ordered liquid from them and they wanted to send you a new flavor or something to try, they sent you this little small brown 5 ml bottle with a pipette inside so you can try, at 24 milligrams, 5 mils goes a long way. It's not like you're going to,
Yeah,
cool.
and in glass, no less.
Yeah.
I used to love that. I used to love the e-liquid companies that I would have the sample packs. Man, that's like all I bought was sample packs. Back in the day, I was just trying so many different flavors. After the e-liquid boom. After everything stopped being decaying.
Yeah.
But that was fun. That was fun to get all those flavors and try them all.
Yeah, it
and
was.
then narrow down to something that you like and then order.
Yes, absolutely. All right. We said it all.
If they send one, Joseph. If they send one, yep.
This is all we had. I'll give you this.
There you go.
Then I'll give you this. Look at
Dude,
that. This
dude's
is
looking
so
good.
sexy. Like this picture is so good.
We were in Vegas, right?
We're in Canada at the casino.
Okay, I remember it being a casino.
Yeah, because we were sitting at the bar, and then a bunch of not teeny boppers, like 20-year-old girls. Like all of a sudden, we're surrounded by like a dozen co-eds. I swear to God. And me and Phil are sitting at the bar, and guess what these girls do? They're all sharing a jewel. This is how the conversation started. They all started sharing a jewel, and then we started talking to them about it. And like we had our Innokin EQs at the time with us in the casino. You can't vape in the casino in Canada, which is ridiculous. But they were hitting this jewel and they're like passing it around. And I was trying to find. This was just research, folks. Okay, but I was trying to get a conversation of why they were using that product. And the result that we got is, because my friend uses it. The second result that we got is we use it when we can't smoke, right? So it's a dual use product. They smoke when they're outside and when they came inside just to stealthy and use it. And the third thing that we got was the buzz.
It was the buzz, yeah.
It was like a research project. It turned out to be a research project. I mean, I thought they just wanted me and Phil for our bodies, honestly, but that wasn't the case at all. They were infatuated by the EQ because they tried it, they liked it, but
that's what interested me about that piece of research was that there were several of them that had no idea there was anything available
Except
in
Juul.
vapor outside of the Juul.
Yes,
Right? They had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Which is kind of good that Juul gave the opportunity for vapor, but it's bad because it turned into that Juul also destroyed the industry. Hey, I see you guys putting research in there with coats. It's like absolutely research. Come on, what are you talking about? Look at me and Phil are old guys. What are these co-eds going to do with us? They're all good looking too. I remember. I don't know. It's vague. It's a little bit vague. But yeah, we had fun. Anyway, all right. We said it all.
Hey,
Thanks.
by the way, do you want to feel really young?
Yeah.
Come with me to the next trivia night.
What I'm going to do, read the questions for all the folks that are there. Hey, buddy, you were around in 1940. What was the name of the general that led into the Civil War? I don't know what I'm going to tell. I don't know.
And you know what? I got to be careful because John Hinkle, who lives actually right across the canal from me, watched the Smoker Show the other night.
Oh, he did.
And he said it was very good. He said we're very good. He said he learned something, about the mainstream media against vaping. He learned something. He got something out of it, and he complimented me on the show.
So I got to be careful with my jokes. Please tell him that I have a very dry sense of humor.
Yeah. No, I'll tell him you're a prick.
That too.
Tell you're a Greek prick is what
That too. All right. So okay, we've said it all. We need to do our thank yous, right? So we need to thank Innokin for, first of all, giving us the opportunity to work with them for the last 3 years and hopefully for many more years to come to be able to put products out there. We want to thank them for staying true to the smoker and to the MTL crowd and never losing track of their purpose of creating that company back in 2009. We want to thank Innokin Joseph for hanging out and answering your questions as well, too. He's done a great job in the platform group. If you're not in the platform group, if you're not, you should be. Why are you not in the? I mean, if you use the products, if you don't use the products, there's no reason to come in to get the free stuff. Oh, what happened to my Facebook? Classic Facebook is going away soon. Why did that happen now? Oh, you can get dark now.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you're not running the new skin yet.
I am now. But anyway, here it is. Here's the platform group. Let me just shift over to here. Here's the platform group. A lot of nice, videos, instructions. We're there to help. We're here to showcase some of the new products. We do a lot of giveaways. We troubleshoot. Nice little tutorial video here on how to clean that bloody drip tip from Craig Gregg. But anyway, it's really, really cool. Come hang out with us at the platform group. We have a lot of fun. And Phil.
Everything that you said, go check out the platform group if you can. There's a lot of helpful people there. The amazing thing about the platform group is Dimitri answers the questions before you post them. It's unbelievable how fast he gets to, much faster than I do.
Yeah, if you tag Phil, he'll respond after 3 days. Kind of like he does with my messages as well.
I'm trying to get better, but I just don't do the social media thing as good as he does. So but go over to the platform group. A lot of people there helping each other. We do talk about some other Innokin products too, but there's a lot of platform photos and videos and tutorials, and we'll do lives on there from time to time. So it's a good place to go. I also want to thank Innokin for really allowing us to realize some of our dreams, right? It's a wild feeling to go from whiteboard to standing on the factory floor, seeing your product being made, seeing your product being assembled, seeing it roll off the assembly line, seeing it go to packaging. It's a really, really unique experience, and the fact that they've been able to or they've allowed us to do that, to bring our products into to realization is fantastic. And the fact that our products are being used by people to not smoke anymore makes it even better. So thank you to Innokin, and I certainly hope that we will be with them many years to come.
Of course, go follow Innokin on Instagram at Innokin Technology. You're going to see it down there. This is a little screen capture of their current Instagram stream. You're going to get a lot of stuff from the show going on right now on their Instagram, and stay tuned for a huge release this week. We're very, very excited to bring that to you. I can't
it's actually on the shelf behind me.
I got it. I'm vaping it.
Are you really?
Well, you can't see it because when I pick it up, I go like this,
Oh yeah,
I put it on the sunbox. I put it on the sunbox, so it's recessed. And
That's that Dan Donahue School of Stealth Vaping right there. Look at that. How's the vape? Does the vape any different?
No. But it's good. It's so sexy too. Anyway, all right. So don't say that. People are gonna say we're teasing him. We don't want to.
We are.
By the way, it was cool doing the show this early because we got a lot of international people as well too. So
that was the purpose of doing the show.
Maybe we can, since we're not going to do the smoker show for a month and a half now because of the travel and all that. Maybe we'll do another show 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe not this DP show Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. Maybe we'll do an earlier show and do like a international early DP.
Are you allowed to DP early?
Yes, and you're allowed to DP internationally as well too.
Ooh. Yeah.
So maybe we'll do that. It's going to be fun. It's nice to have people from Germany and from UK and Greece be able to join up, because 9 p.m. in the evening is very, very rough on international viewers. So maybe we'll do that.
Right. But that was the purpose of doing this show at this time, was to talk to more of our European friends. So there you go.
Cock-a-doodle damn!
Even indoor smokers agree. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Thanks to Innokin. And if you have any questions, leave them as a comment, because you might win something as well too. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. You might win something.